Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm well guided. I think I'll ask my two supplementary questions at a go. I thank you, Honourable CS, for your response. And I believe you're just being honest on this one, because you have mentioned, CS, that I've been on this matter for the longest time. Actually, I think in this Senate, there is no matter that has engaged the Roads Committee in terms of questions and statements than the matter of the compensation for the persons affected by the project between Kibwezi and Migwani. CS, in your own response, the total compensation amount is 1.9 billion from 2019. To date, in 2024, only 326 million shillings has been paid out. Those who do maths, I don't know what percentage that is. A whopping 1.5 billion hasn't been paid. See, as you know, you and I have engaged on this matter before in your past life. At the same time that this road was started, we had two other roads whose compensation figures were 5 billion plus. Those amounts in the Western Bypass and the Eldoret Bypass, those amounts have almost completely been paid as compensation. The Speaker, with due respect, it is good for the people of Kitui to just know whether this matter is ever going to be dealt with conclusively or not. Because the answer given by the CS, Mr. Speaker, that there are no funds available in Kenya, it's a difficult response to take. It reminds me, Mr. Speaker, as a representative of my people, of the Nyayo era when the president himself then said that sections that did not support his government, the answer to any question would be there is no money.
Honorable Wambua, you're giving a speech. What is the question?
The Speaker, on matters like this, it is very difficult to just ask a question directly. Just allow me to pave my way to the question. I beg you, Mr. Speaker.
Then do it quickly.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, how can there be a point of order on a question, really?
Proceed to ask your question, Senator Wambua.
Mr. Speaker, the question then to the CS is, where does that leave us in relation to Article 40 of the Constitution, 43B, that if the government is going to acquire any land for public interest, then the compensation should be prompt and be made in full. These people have been deprived of their land from 2019. They are not cultivating on that land. We are being told there is no money. Mr. Speaker, when will this money be available and when will these people be compensated? The second question, Mr. Speaker, is related to the first. The Speaker, CS Murkomen and I belong to the same church, the African Inland Church. Some of the persons affected by project are church properties. And I want to make reference to AIC Chulun, which is on the road. Their land has been taken. Their neighbors have been compensated. This compensation, Mr. Speaker, is taking place. But it depends on who knows who in the ministry. Their neighbors go approach the NLC, they get some money. Some other people go approach the NLC, they get some money. The church has no capacity to go and approach any ministry official to be compensated to construct a sanctuary. The Speaker, is the minister aware of this dealings within the ministry, that it depends on who knows who for the compensation to take place, so that we nip it at the bud, and that compensation, as we agreed as leaders, should begin from kilometer 0, going towards Migwani. The Speaker, I thank you.
Honorable CS, one question, give us an indication when these people will be compensated, and two, must you know somebody in your ministry for you to be compensated? Very brief.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. I see the questions are many, so I'll just go to the point. The first thing is to say that the question of compensation, land compensation, is not only affecting Kibwezi Road. We need to know, as I said earlier, James Kishuru Rironi Road is affected. Keno Sagana is affected. Eldoret bypass is affected. So their western bypass is affected. So many roads are affected across the country. And I've just mentioned a few where we have even a road that going to Swam in Kitale. Mr. Speaker, we have so many people still asking for their compensation, and yet we've done all these roads. So first of all, let's appreciate the people who have accepted, including the Kibwezi residents, accepted development. Remember, this is a massive road of about 80 kilometers, I think so, 80 kilometers. And out of that road, I remember this road, Mr. Speaker, because we were with Senator Wambua here when he first brought the question. So this is a historical issue for Senator Wambua. But remember, most of the landowners, only part of their land has been taken by the road. The remaining part of the land, the value has increased maybe 100 times. So even when they are waiting for their compensation, they're benefiting already from the development that we've done, and their value is going up in terms of their property. So you must thank the residents, but we must also appreciate the benefit that comes. Number two, Senator Wambua, besides representing the people affected by the project, also represents the people of Kitui, who have received immense development by construction of a Kena road of 80 kilometers. That's massive in terms of the benefit of the bigger majority of the people in the area, business, trade, and all that. So it shouldn't look like it's only the negative that should be amplified. Number two, as a fellow AIC member, Senator Wambua said, I am not aware, Mr. Speaker, of any person who is being paid for knowing somebody at the National Land Commission. In any case, where would National Land Commission get that money if we don't give them in the roads sector? Because they have to receive an allocation from Kena before they can pay somebody. If they are paying other people without us giving them money, then we must thank National Land Commission and ask them where they are getting this money. It would be unimaginable to think the National Land Commission would get money from any other source other than the one being transmitted from Kenya. We own up to the position that we have only given 300 million shillings. We still owe people 1.5 billion. We will pay this money as soon as the budget is allocated by National Assembly. We believe, Mr. Speaker, we hoped that by this year we were going to give the necessary budgetary allocation, but you know, public debt and many other challenges have delayed compensation, allocation to the infrastructure sector. We need, Mr. Speaker, I want to repeat here, we need in the next financial year, for us to clear pending bill, we need 150 billion.